Hi, my name is Coach Alexander, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Monitoring and Evaluation Made Simple. I want to talk about something that is usually more of a debate, especially in the world of NGOs, non governmental organizations. The issue of cost minimization versus procurement. Yeah. Is it wrong to buy the right equipment in order to make your life easier as you implement projects? Is it really wrong? Okay, if you ask me, in my years of work, it has been a huge debate. And sometimes I wonder, why is it that you're given this huge chunk of money? Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you're implementing a project and you're given $2 million, and then you only spend 10 million, and the rest of the 10 million for that year goes back to donors. I mean, what is the point? Yeah. Why can't you use, why is it that people are afraid to spend? I don't just get it. And this is something I've questioned along the years. You have the money, it's seated in your account, but you're not using 100% of it. And you're the ones who wrote that budget. Okay, if you can see, there are the very different vehicles I'm showcasing to you. But I can tell you, in some organizations, buying a Ford Ranger, buying a Toyota Hilux is seen as a luxury. You'll find that they'll keep these vehicles for even 10 years, servicing them. I don't get it. Okay, in my view, let me tell you something. If you want to make your life easier, buy the right equipment. Let me give you an example. In the medical field, you see a lot of doctors. What are these doctors doing? Curing patients. But what equipment are they using? They're not using the outdated equipment, they're using the latest. So even in the world of project implementation, if you want your M&D officers, if you want your M&D coordinator to work properly, get them the right equipment. But I just don't understand why people sometimes are afraid to spend. Because if you buy a brand new vehicle, a brand new Ford Ranger, a brand new Toyota Hilux, what will that mean? It will mean less servicing required, more operational efficiency as you go in the field, better security, less occurrences of accidents, things like that. So, my appeal to you, if you are watching this, if you are a director somewhere, if you are a project coordinator, you need to buy these things. You need to buy the right equipment. And I'm not just talking about vehicles here. I'm also talking about things that project personnel need. You know, let's not be always saying, we are spending too much. No, that's not the point. If you really want them to get the job done, spend. For instance, why is it that you want to be minimizing the costs when it comes to daily subsistence allowances? These are allowances that field personnel get when they go in the field, when they're out of home. Why is it that you need to minimize on that? Why are you constraining them, making their life difficult? Give them, look after them. Of course, there should be that balance. You don't want them to, at the end of the day, be lazy because they're in the comfort zone. No. Buy them some phones, good enough phones. The thing is that I don't know about you guys, but if you can spend on a good phone like Samsung, Samsung has these latest phones. Spend. and justify your spending. Because the other thing is that donors don't really like the whole idea of spending more on stuff, you see. But you need to invest. The truth is that you need to invest on your human capital, your human resource, if you want to see results in your projects. Okay? So the question is, should everyone have a vehicle in an organization? Well, that's not the issue. But should it be that an organization should have only one vehicle? And then when it comes to field activities, all the staff members are busy fighting for that one vehicle. I mean, come on. You're not going to achieve any results like that. So, what I'm saying here is we need to spend. If you have a budget in place, if you wrote your proposals, you submitted a budget, you need to justify why you need this equipment. All right? Because take for instance, I always talk about projects in the humanitarian sense. But let's not go even to the humanitarian projects. Let's even look at construction projects. You see engineers, they are building these tall skyscrapers. What are they using? They've invested heavily on equipment. And that is why they get good results. So you see sometimes the reason why NGOs, and this is what I feel that the reason why NGOs sometimes don't meet their targets is because they're not investing on the equipment. They're not investing on the human resource because they want to paint this picture that, okay, we are not spending money on luxuries. You see, but having a brand new vehicle isn't a luxury. In fact, every time a new project starts, you need to buy a new vehicle. That's my thinking. You need to equip your staff with the right equipment. Because at the end of the day, if your staff member says, I want to travel, and they're going to say, okay, board a train, I don't know. Maybe that's cost minimization. But if you really want him to do the job and be at the right place at the right time, he needs a vehicle. Let us not be tightening our belts all the time. We want to tighten our belts all the time. No. How are the people going to benefit? I'm talking about humanitarian. The projects, how are the people going to benefit on the ground? You need to look after these people. Another thing is this: if you have staff in an organization and they're requesting for capacity building, capacitate them. Okay, don't be in this habit of saying, no, get it out from your salaries. Doesn't work like that. Well, that's all I had today. Short video. If you have any comments, please leave them in the subscription below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm your host, Coach Alexander, and see you on the other side. Bye.